A familiar face is back. One player also coming in for fans to become familiar with. I'm Mike Benton for ThunderVision. As earlier today, defenseman Cam Brodie agreeing to contract terms. In addition, forward Eric Hunter also jumping on board for the 2012 and 13 season. The man who got those guys in joins me now, and head coach Matt Thomas. And Matt, they say a coach's work is never done in late August or early September, but essentially, how does your team look from this point moving forward?
Well, both those guys are pretty important pieces to the puzzle, and you're right, it's never done, and it's an ongoing process, pretty much all the way right up until opening night arrives. But for us, it's hard to find a guy that's as physical and as really just powerfully strong as Cam Brodie, and he's been a huge part of our blue line for the last 2 years, and a guy that night in, night out gives you a physical presence. I don't think there's many left wingers in our league that like going down his side, and I know that's a good thing to have for us. But he's a guy. More importantly, he's just a solid person and a character guy that his commitment off the ice just kind of resonates with everybody in this dressing room, and he shows up each day to work his hardest. And I think when you've got a guy that has that type of character, you need to make sure you get him back and you get him back into the mix. And it was important for us to get Cam done, so we're excited about that. Eric Hunter on the other side is a guy that I think our fans are going to be excited to see. He's a guy that had a great junior career, went on to have a stellar collegiate career, winning national championships at the University of Alberta, and then spent his first and rookie year in pro hockey in Lake Erie in the American Hockey League. He's a skilled center. He's a strong player on the puck. He's a guy that has got a real knack for making things happen offensively, but he plays the game hard in all areas. And I think when you have a guy that has the skill set to equal the ability to play, in an effective checking type of role as well, you can't pass up on those guys either. So we went after him pretty hard, and we're really excited to get him in the mix. I think he's going to be a great complement to the team that we're building here.
Examining Cam Brodie, a man who was very popular with the fan base over the last couple of seasons, grew even more into a big physical specimen last season and also earned his first AHL call-up. Building off of that, we often talk about how can a player improve moving forward. So as far as Brodie is concerned, do you look for more from him or more of the same?
Well, more of the same. I think, when we evaluated last season, we both acknowledged that the first half wasn't as strong as we both thought it could be. I thought his second half he really started to improve and really find his game, and that translated into an opportunity in the American Hockey League. I think when you're looking to move forward, there's always room for improvement for every player, and I think Cam really sees what he can be. I think the idea for him is, make sure that he is that each and every night. And like I said, you never worry about him working hard and showing up and competing hard. I think a lot of the things that we're looking for him to improve on is just his steady contributions offensively and what he can do helping us get out of our end. I think he's a guy that's got to really take our penalty kill this year and be the anchor back there. He's his ability to not only make the right reads, but to be physical and to play the other team's top players and skilled players in a hard manner. It really makes him somebody that's going to be impactful for us in that area. So he's got to continue to do what he's done, but I think there's a lot of room to grow from him. And I think sometimes when you have a guy for 2 years, you forget how just young he is in his career, and he's a guy that I really can see having a huge improvement year this year.
Eric Hunter, a guy who got into all but one game in the American Hockey League last season. We've heard a lot about the speed. We've heard a lot about the pace at that level. How can that translate at the ECHL level?
Well, his role's going to change, and I think you look at a player that scores as much as he did in junior and as much he did in the Canadian college ranks. For him to go into the American Hockey League, he kind of had to find his place, and he was called upon to be a little bit more of a good defensive two-way type of player. And at this level, he's going to be counted on to be a lot more than that. He's going to be a guy that needs to put the puck in the net, make plays, and score points. And I think he's got the capabilities to do that. He's a strong player. He fits well in the makeup of our team, and I think he's a guy that, once he gets his confidence where it needs to be, he's going to be really impressive in a lot of different areas for us. But I can see it mostly on the statistics side of things. I think he's a guy who's going to produce.
Thanks, Matt.
Thanks, Spence.
Cam Brodie and Eric Hunter into the mixer for 2012 and 13. Again, for more breaking news, stay plugged in at StocktonThunder.com, additionally via Facebook and Twitter. I'm Mike Benton for ThunderVision.